on, everybody? It's Jay again for the G.B.B, and we're back again. Guys, this is the post-match review for Manchester United versus Burnley. I got two guests with me today, Shan's as always, and Mr. Sensibility, London Nick. What's up, boys? What's happening?
What's up? How you doing?
Wow, enthusiasm there, boys. Anyway, Manchester United got the win. Good signs. Lukaku bags the brace, gets 2 goals, and Manchester United look like we remember how to play football. Most of the players look like they turned up and put in a performance. Guys, just from your point of view, how did you think it went?
I think it went well. To get that win right off our chest and take the pressure off Mourinho and the boys is good. I think we played well. We deserved the win. In that first 45 minutes, we were something of the United of old, but can't get too ahead of ourselves. So let's take it game by game as we go forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think that 45 was like the 45 we put against Tottenham, but obviously more clinical, actually finding the back of the net. Lukaku looked sharp. He looked like he was on today. Created a lot of chances. I think he created 4 opportunities. Obviously tucked away 2. Had an opportunity right at the death to try and get a hat-trick. But, just a little bit, the ball got underneath him and he just took too many touches. He probably showed Joe Hart too much of the ball and got caught out. I think there's a few talking points from this game that we can probably go over. One of them being the red card for Rashford, which is going to be, Shan seems to think that it wasn't valid, but I think it was, even though Barnsley lashed out. You can't retaliate, can't go in with the head, can't go head clashing. It was a red card every day of the week. Unfortunate now because obviously he loses his place in the team, even though he came off the bench. He started to get that rolling in and out with Sanchez. He came into the game, I think, on the 60th minute or around the 60th minute, and then sent off on the 71st minute. I think he came out pretty much directly after the game and apologized to the supporters, the club, and obviously his teammates. But I think he'll grow from it. I don't think you'll ever see him do that again, because I know that he feels like he let the club down. We probably don't feel that as much, but he's obviously one of the young ones that has his head screwed on, but you do get caught out in the moment sometimes. Shans, we spoke about Burnley in the preview and who their probably standout players were going to be and who we had to look out for. What did you take from that game?
Just as I mentioned in the preview, their goalkeeper situation is fantastic down at Burnley. It's a shame and not a true representation of their team and their style of football and the way they play, the fact that they haven't yet won a game this season. I think they're still a dangerous team. They're still ones to look out for. Just need to put the pieces together, because Joe Hart in goal, even when their defense has an off day, he's going to keep them in the game. And Wood, he's a fantastic attacker, moves the ball well, and they've got the basis of a good team and can contend. It's just they're not seeing the best of it at the moment.
Yeah. Lance, what was your takeaway from that game, man?
Well, it was a needed win more than anything.
Yeah.
I think that you've got to take a lot of the pressure away from Mourinho and the team itself. Look, as you can tell from yourselves, it's a complete different tone to last week, and I'm sure that's amongst a lot of the Man United fans and stuff like that. So, I think it's just probably just 1 week where there's no pressure on Mourinho and the team, which is going to make a massive difference. Hopefully they can obviously take that on from here and build on that. But you see, you just, with what I'm seeing for the last few games, it just shows you anyone can beat anyone on their day as such. I think that's why the Premier League, as they say, is the most exciting league in the world.
Yeah.
So it's not something that I wouldn't say something that you can really kind of get excited about, but something that you can say, okay, cool, you know, it's a progression from last week,
Yeah.
and can we make the next step to progress from there?
Yeah.
So it's just like everyone says, you kind of just got to take every game as it comes and just see how people adapt to that.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting, man.
Yeah.
As I say every week, it'll just be interesting. Like, it's hard to predict, man.
Yeah.
Very, very hard to predict.
I agree. I mean, a week in football, you know, can change so drastically. I mean, last week everyone was calling for Mourinho's head, you know, Mourinho out and all the rest of it. And then we come to this week and you know, all the papers and all the press that are talking about it, like Mourinho's pulled the team back together and the team are now playing for the manager and things like that. And even though the way I was after the Tottenham result, I still don't believe that the team was completely not playing for him. It wasn't that they were going against him, but I also think that this week's result or this game's result doesn't mean that everyone's happy at the club now all of a sudden. You know, you can't go a week and then everything's changed. You know, the morale level and the willingness to play for the manager and for the board and for the club and all that, that doesn't change over a week. So this result, like Shannon said, is obviously against a Burnley team that haven't won this season. They're actually coming off a losing form from last season and drew in the Europa League. So they're not going to be the barometer that we need to, you know, base our season off. But obviously, getting 3 points is 3 points in the Premier League. Before the season started and all the talk that we had leading up to the season was that the Premier League has become so even because everyone's got money, everyone's spending. I mean, teams like West Ham have spent over $100 million and are still at the bottom of the Premier League. So even though Manchester United haven't strengthened or brought in big name players and Tottenham didn't bring in anyone at all, we're still sitting round about where we were last season. Okay, United's a bit lower than we should be or where we were last season, but teams like the Hammers spending over $100 million and still being at the bottom of the Premier League still tells you that buying the league or the strength of the league is definitely on a higher level. And even when you bring in that much, you know, quality of players and things like that, it still comes down to who scores the goals on the day. You know, so United, look, we can use this as a springboard to try and get some rhythm and get a run of form in place. I think our next game coming up is Wolves. Shan, am I right with that?
Absolutely. Because I mean, Lukaku scored those 2 goals and good goals, quality goals, nonetheless. I still believe he needs to step his game up in terms of consistency because he'll shine in this game and then the previous game he might not be so good. But if he can find the consistency, we'll use this moving forward.
Yeah. There's a few guys that we've obviously got to mention in the game. Luke Shaw plays his 4th consecutive game, which I don't think he's done at all under Mourinho before. He's played all 90 minutes of all 4 games, and he's looked like pretty much our best player so far this season. He's obviously the most consistent player. He's been an attacking threat. He's been good defensively. He had a few little mistakes, but we weren't punished for those, luckily. But he's been excellent on that left-hand side. And I think he's really, you know, put his hand up to be that left-back fixture that we always hoped that he would be. And could possibly be on his way to becoming the best left-back in the Premier League. Obviously getting a call up to the England squad. I think that would be a major boost for him. And, you know, another win, it's just another feather in his cap. The other players, I think Sanchez had probably one of his best games. Even though against Burnley, again, not the most difficult opposition, but having a good game means that he gets that confidence that he needs to be able to, you know, play out these games and hopefully gets on a run of form. Shans, anything else to add? London, feel free to get in there too.
No, look, I mean, I think in terms of the penalty is the only thing I think we haven't touched on, and I don't blame Pogba any part of that penalty. I mean, if it was a lesser keeper, that ends up in the back of the net. Although I do think Lukaku probably should have been the one to take that penalty. Just for the romance of the game, the confidence for him. I think that would have been a benefit. But a win's a win. Take it and move on to the next.
Yep, no doubt, no doubt. London, anything else to add there?
No, I 100% agree with what you're saying. Look, it's a step in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction for Man United. So I just think they just got to use this, like, to be fair, any sort of win, even if it was a really ugly win, would have done the job. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's just something to build on from here. Hopefully, like, players, because look, every time you win, you gain confidence from that. Like, as much as we're talking about, it may not change the atmosphere as such, but it will slightly, because you've got a win under your belt. You don't have that pressure from the media. You don't get that pressure on a daily basis when you're going into training. So he's going to make that difference in that sense.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of what they do with this week is going to be really interesting to see, like, how they go into the next game.
Yeah.
So, and when does it? Because obviously the international break comes up soon. Yeah.
Yeah. This weekend. I think
Is it
this coming. I think it's this coming weekend. So I think it's the international break. So obviously, a lot of United's players obviously play internationally. So a lot of the guys will be going off to their national teams for friendlies. A couple of the guys that obviously say again.
You hope that they come back fit.
Oh well, you know, the number of times that we have international breaks and people like Phil Jones, Chris Smalling come back injured. You know, it's disruptive, obviously, being that it's, you know, in the middle of the Premier League season. But obviously, with the World Cup having just been played, I don't think they'll go into it with the same intensity with these friendlies. So hopefully they give you know, their other, you know, second choice players more of a run over using a lot of the, you know, the first choice nationals. Guys, we're also going to cover the Pick the 11 competition. Once again, Shans, do you have the teams, or do we just want to rattle them off quickly, the points?
You go first.
Okay. We obviously did the Pick the 11. We picked the team for Burnley. Based on the team that Mourinho put out, Shan and I obviously picked our 11s. Based on the players, which I'll have coming up at the bottom of the screen, I happen to pick 9 players in the starting 11. Shan's picked 8, which means I go another point ahead, which means I'm on 33 points and Shan's on 31. The simulation score result for my team was a 0-0 draw, so I obviously get no points there. Shan's had a 1-0 win for United. We obviously won by 2, so no points for him either. So obviously this week I stay on top of the ladder, but pull another points ahead. London, I told you that was going to happen, didn't I?
Next week I'm getting the score right, and then you're blown out the water.
Yeah, sure. Guys, thanks for joining us. We're going to have a lot more content coming out as well. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and follow. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I want to thank Nick and Shans for joining me on this video. And we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Shot.